Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cuddyback, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, RK Tractors, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, Wasp Archery, and Realtree.
Well, it is October 20th. It's finally getting light out here. It's a little after 7 o'clock, and me and Hunter today are set up on the east side of our Tamarack Woods. The way this sets up is to the west of us is our Tamarack Woods, and to the north of us is our neighbor's cornfield. They actually just took the corn off yesterday, and when my dad was hunting on the north side of our property last night, could see a ton of deer out there. So we snuck in extra early this morning, got in here, and we wanted to get close to that cornfield because the deer tend to walk around this east side of the woods from the field, and when they to work their way back into the woods. It's a pretty calm morning. There's hardly any wind. It's a slight west wind, which sets up pretty perfect for the stand. But it's pretty quiet and calm. There's a buck. Where? There's a buck right here. We're gonna get going. Hopefully it's a good morning. Yeah. His left side is like... That's insane. Oh, there's a pond right behind it. Kinda. Well, it's about 9:45, and me and Hunter are just about to get down now. Overall, it was an awesome morning. We saw a bunch of bucks and even some chasing. Unfortunately, no big mature bucks yet, but they'll be around. I think my dad also had a really good morning too, so things are starting to heat up here, and we'll be back out this afternoon. Well, it is October 20th, and we're all set up in the stand. It's roughly around 3:30ish. We got out here about 3 o'clock. It's a pretty warm night tonight. It's around 60 degrees, and the sun's just kind of beating down on us. But tonight we are set up in the Tamarack's food plot. We have an east wind, which sets up pretty perfect for this stand. And actually sets up perfect for my dad to be about 60 yards away from me. Earlier this year, me and Hunter did the same thing. But my dad is to the west of me about 60, 70 yards in another stand. So we got that food plot pretty covered. But tonight we're going after a buck that we call Jim Beam. We only got one picture of him on camera in the last 2 weeks, but when we were walking out of the stand this morning, when we were right on the main trail, walking right back to our cabin, we actually think we kicked him up, and he ran kind of towards our neighbor's property. That doesn't mean he won't work his way back this way, but I think we got a good chance of seeing a lot of nice bucks tonight. I like to introduce a new buck that we just got on camera too. It's kind of a coincidence, but we have another buck that has a bunch of stuff or fencing wrapped in his rack again, kind of like Charmin. So we're going to call him Charmin Jr., but I don't think he'll be a shooter this year, but just kind of a unique thing. But it's a warm night, but it should be good. Some pre-rut actions has been started, so we'll see what happens. The night's coming to an end pretty quick here. Wasn't as good as a night as we kind of thought. We didn't see a bunch of does and fawns, but unfortunately no bucks. A few does actually did get wind of us and kind of spooked off and blew. So I think that kind of played a part in not seeing as much, but we're going to be back out here hopefully in 2 weeks. I don't know if we'll be out next weekend, but definitely a lot of buck action this weekend, and we couldn't be more excited to get back out.
Well, it's October 19th, and we're back out here in the ditch property, hunting the same cornfield stand we've hunted the last couple of nights. We had a nice trail cam picture this morning of another 8-point that we haven't had yet, and he was out in this grass field about 150 yards from the stand, going back and forth a couple different times about 3:30 this morning. So he's definitely in here this morning. Of course, we got the buck from yesterday, so there's definitely a lot of deer moving through here. The last week or so, we've gotten a lot more buck activity and just a lot more deer activity in general. So we're hoping this morning, with this nice cool temperatures that we got, it's probably about 45 degrees this morning, and a nice cool steady breeze that's blowing right into the cornfield. Perfect wind for this stand, that this deer will be up and moving this morning, and hopefully we'll get lucky and get something to work within bow range. Well, it's a couple hours after daybreak this morning, and all we saw was that doe and fawn. And so we're going to wrap it up here, climb out of here, and head back home. We're probably going to avoid this spot for the next few days, kind of let this place settle back down. We don't want to put too much pressure on them until these deer really start moving consistently during the day. Right now they're moving fairly often during the day, but there's still quite a bit of bucks moving during the middle of the night. So every day we get closer to November, I think they'll move more and more during the daytime. So we're going to kind of keep our hunting pressure out here light, so that way they don't know we're putting any hunting pressure on them. So we've got a few other spots around here that we're probably going to focus on the next few days, and maybe try to shoot a doe or two out there. So that's our game plan for this upcoming week. Kind of target those does out at the other piece, and then mid next week start hunting this property again.
Well, it's October 21st, and things are really starting to heat up. Got a bunch of does out here in the field, but my cameras are on a lot of scrapes, and they're getting hammered every night. So I'm expecting to see some bucks coming out to check this field, see if there's any does. We got a really strong southwest wind. It's supposed to be like that tonight into tomorrow. So later this week, I think it's going to be really good. It's going to be a high of like 48, and the winds are going to calm down. So I thought I'd just do a little scout and see what happens tonight. So we'll see. only got a couple minutes, so I'm gonna wrap things up real quick. Had that nice buck come out, and 2 small bucks came out later. A bunch of does out in the field, so a lot of scraping activity. That buck must have hit 4 scrapes, so got him on my cutty link. But that'd be a good buck for my brother or dad to shoot, so maybe we can try to set up tomorrow, but it's supposed to be super windy. We'll see how safe it is to get up in the tree. But I'm gonna start getting down, and I guess we'll see you next week on the Great Lakes edition of Midwest Whitetails.
Well, I'm just getting set up here. It's gonna be a real calm evening. The wind's already died way down, so the wind is coming across right into my basically my hot zone fence here, so there shouldn't be any deer coming from that way. They might try to feed around some of these acorns that have dropped right at the base of this tree, but I think I'm high enough and the deer will be close enough. They shouldn't win this, so I'm gonna settle in here and hopefully tonight's the night. Well, I'm getting to the last bit of the night here. The rain kind of comes and goes, as you can hear it on the leaves here, and I'm getting chased out of here a bit early. I'm gonna get down and sneak out of here in the next 10 minutes, I think. Looks like another little burst of rain showers coming in, but I'm gonna keep after them this week. We got another chance of rain tomorrow, but after that it looks like we'll have some good hunting weather again. So hopefully one of these times I'll get caught up with that 7-point, or a new buck will move into this area soon. As many does as we've been seeing in here. So just wanted to give you a quick update of what I'm doing here yet in Michigan, and hopefully we get caught up with that 7 or a different buck that's an improvement from that 7. So keep after them. Thanks for watching Midwest Whitetail Great Lakes.